Good morning. This is KELOLAND on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
The COVID-19 testing positivity rate in the Monument Health System in western South Dakota is the highest ever. This has health officials concerned.
Since late August, the hospital system has been at full capacity, not only with COVID-19 patients, but hundreds of other patients that are seeking medical care.
We determined that the volume of increased testing needs throughout the Rapid City community warranted a second drive-through location. And so this week, today, we were able to open our drive-through at the Monument Health Orthopedic and Specialty Hospital.
With the help from the National Guard, the clinic is able to process nearly 200 tests a day. Sanford Health in Sioux Falls is seeing too many patients in the ER with non-emergency symptoms. In the midst of flu season and with COVID cases on the rise, entire families are making their way to the emergency room to be tested.
In many cases, they've been exposed to COVID but are showing no symptoms.
What we're looking for is for people to utilize their primary care provider's office, acute care settings, as well as the testing sites that are available both at Sanford facilities as well as in pharmacies and healthcare stores around the city.
So how do you know if you need emergency medicine or urgent care? We've provided a link to a list of situations and symptoms under this story right here on KELOLAND.com. A local Sioux Falls clinic is facing staff shortages.
That in turn is causing stress to workers on top of seeing a huge spike in COVID cases due to the contagious Omicron variant.
Medical providers don't live in isolation either. We're part of the same COVID situation that everyone else is living in, plus the stress of our jobs on top of that.
The clinic is still providing masks, COVID rapid tests and PCR, and COVID shots by appointment.
Now let's send it over to meteorologist Scott Munn for a check of this morning's winter weather, and plenty to talk about out there, Scott.
Oh, that there is, Travis. We are continuing to follow snow, some sleet, and some freezing rain in central over the eastern and southeastern KELOLAND this morning. So we do have slick areas out there, especially, I would say, east central South Dakota. Looking at a couple of slick spots as by the time we do get into the evening hours, our snowfall forecast map is showing this. Heaviest amounts will be along Interstate 29 and to the east, as you do see amounts of 4 to 8 looking fairly likely. Watertown, the Brookings in the southwestern Minnesota and northwestern Iowa, where we continue with winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings throughout the day today in eastern KELOLAND. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
Thank you, Scott. Police in Rapid City are asking for the public's help in finding a missing teenager. 16-year-old Ariana Standing Bear was reported missing on Tuesday.
She was last seen leaving her home in the 2100 block of Outlook Circle wearing a dark blue sweatshirt, dress pants, and black shoes. She stands 5 feet 3 inches tall with dark brown hair and brown eyes. If you have any information on where she may be, you're asked to call police. Sioux Falls police are looking for a man who walked into a woman's home and assaulted her. It happened at a home near 10th and Grange around 5:30 Wednesday night.
Police say the woman and her kids were home and the front door was unlocked. The woman heard a noise and noticed a man she didn't know had walked in.
She started to run to the back room to protect her children. The guy ended up pushing her down, kind of climbed on top of her, and then started, kind of grabbed her head and was twisting. She was able to fight back and get him off.
The man eventually left. Police say the woman wasn't seriously hurt.
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office is thanking 2 people who stopped to help a deputy with a broken down car a few days ago. Officials say it happened in the intersection of 85th and Minnesota.
One of the people that helped, Blake Hansen, is a salesman at Schulte Subaru. He was working when he saw they needed help, so he went into the dealership and got a starter pack to help get the car moving again.
The other Good Samaritan left before a picture could be taken. The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says it's deeds like this that help our community move forward.
That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your wintry weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, so first of all, we'll headline this map here with the snow totals today. You can see the heaviest numbers in southwest Minnesota, extreme northeast South Dakota, northwest Iowa. That's where a belt of 4 to 8 will be pretty common. Sioux Falls will be on the edge of that heavier band. There'll be a tight, sharp cutoff right even through the Sioux Falls area where the eastern part of Minnehaha County might even approach 6 inches. The western half of Minnehaha County will trickle down to probably 2 or 3, and then you really drop it off here once you get west of Mitchell. So that's kind of the alignment of the snow today. Obviously, we've had mixed precipitation in some of these zones as well, from Mobridge to Miller, and where there's black ice, it just doesn't take a lot of that mixed precip to create some problems. So continue to watch your road reports throughout the day. We also anticipate the band of snow will pick up in intensity in Sioux Falls here through the early to mid-afternoon. There'll be a fairly good window of snow there right before drive time, so I imagine 5 o'clock rush hour traffic will be slow going in Sioux Falls. And there's also a pickup of the wind in the countryside areas around Sioux Falls. You'll probably notice wind gusts over 30. A lot of wind today in Rapid City, but fortunately not nearly as much snow. But we'll continue to highlight that as well. You can see these winds are picking up over 50 this morning there, gusts in the 60-mile-an-hour range. Fortunately, that should get better tonight, but I do think everybody East River is going to be quite chilly by daybreak. In fact, we're forecasting below zero air temperatures from Sioux Falls to Watertown, and so it will be cold as you move that snow around late tonight and tomorrow. All right, 30 today, Sioux Falls, dropping numbers through the late afternoon. Mid-30s in Rapid, we've been just watching those numbers dropping as well. Tonight, temperatures drop back to about 1 below in Sioux Falls, 13 tomorrow. It does turn a little warmer early next week, back in the 30s, but we are expecting perhaps a few more periods of some wind here out of the northwest. Aberdeen will also surge back to 30 on Monday, 31 on Tuesday, so yes, some moderation on temperatures. Even 40-degree weather should bounce back in Pierre. But another Arctic front, we'll continue to analyze that going into day 6 and day 7 on that extended forecast. That could affect Rapid City too. But without a lot of snow, Rapid City should easily get back to the 40s for the weekend. Check out more details online at KELOLAND.com.